And this is the point. We've gone to a lot of lengths to tell you who Jesus is. And this is something that's just a reality that I've come into, and that is this, that, I'm kind of past cajoling people and, not manipulating, but trying to convince people into trying to do stuff for God anymore. I'm really kind of past the whole thing of trying to make you guys worship or not worship or serve or not serve or whatever it is. Because here's the thing. If you can be manipulated into something, you can be manipulated out of it. And if you're doing something because of guilt or shame or because someone jilted you into it, then at some point in time, you're going to run out of juice. And you're going to get tired, or you're going to go, loopy, and you're going to quit. Because you can only sustain your own self-efforts for so long. But at some point, you're going to run out. But you see, when you're motivated by love, when you're motivated by passion, when you're motivated by that drive to please that one whom you love, nothing stops you. Nothing gets in the way. And if it gets in the way, you just kick it out of the way. Because you're going through. It doesn't matter if circumstances come into your life. When you're on the mountain, you're going to worship. When things are broken, you're going to worship. When it's soaring, you're going to worship. You're going to worship. Why? Because you're in love with the person. And when you come to that place of being in love with Jesus, when you see Him for who He truly is, I'm going to have a problem. Because I'm not going to be able to shut you guys up. I'm not going to be able to stop you. I remember one time we were leading worship at a conference, and God had done this incredible work amongst the people. And we broke into this time of celebration. And I remember at one point, I had lost my voice. I was tired. Everything was drained out of me, and they were supercharged. And I turned to the band. I said, man, we've got to catch up to them. They're pushing us on. Because they're so madly in love with Jesus right now, they can't stand it. You see, when we see Jesus for who He is, when we understand the grace of God that's been afforded to us, and how free it is, then you know what? It's a message you don't want to hold quiet. You want to tell people about it. You want them to know the hope that's within you. You want them to know what drives you. You want them to know what has changed your life, what has made such a difference. We do that with things, don't we? I'm on Facebook, and I don't know how many people have tagged me and says, man, I'm passionate about 24. Are you? And, I love the show, but it just made me sit back and think, wow, I wonder if they would tag me and say, I'm passionate about Jesus. How are you? You see, and so I'm kind of past the idea of trying to convince people to do stuff. In fact, you know what I do? I do what we just did. I'm going to tell you about Jesus. I'm going to tell you how big He is. I'm going to tell you how huge He is. I'm going to tell you how He holds everything together, just like what we see here. And let me tell you something. If He holds the world together on a subatomic level, if He causes the planets of the universe to move in motion, if He holds every created object in galaxies together, do you think that He can hold your life together? Do you think that He can hold your marriage together? Do you think that He can protect your kids? Do you think that He is in fact Lord of all? And so you see, the problem isn't that we're battling against sin. The problem is we're battling against belief. Do you believe it? Do you really believe it? And if we were to get in that quiet spot in our hearts, if we were to take that moment and we were to just kind of get alone with God and really evaluate in our lives, do I really believe this thing that I say I believe? My guess is we would discover that there's areas where we really don't believe. I know in my own life, one of those areas for me was I believe God could do all kinds of things in everyone else's life. But I didn't think He wanted to do it in my life. I didn't think that I was good enough to earn His affection or to earn His favor. And so guess what? I got busy. I did everything I could to catch His eye because I wanted to earn that affection. And I remember the day that God fired me. And there's something I used to say. Lord, I just want to be a doorkeeper. I'll just be the doorkeeper. I don't want to get in. I don't want to be I'll be the doorkeeper. I'll just let people in the room. And so I'm praying, and Jesus comes to me, and He says, Holland, you're fired. And I was devastated. And He said, there's no room for employees at my table. There's only room for sons and daughters. There's only room for sons and daughters. You and I only have a place at the table because we've been born into the family by the Spirit of God. We've been adopted as sons and daughters. And as adopted sons and daughters, we cannot be disinherited.